Ramadan is a month of fasting and prayer. It brings us closer to Allah and each other. It brings us closer to Allah and each other.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyid al-Anbiya wal-Mursaleen. Amma ba'd, fa'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah. Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Nabi Allah. Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nur Allah. The Prophet of mankind, the peace of our heart and mind, the most generous and kind, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, has stated, O people, undoubtedly from the terror and accountability on the day of judgment, the person who would attain the quick salvation will be the one who would have recited salat upon me in abundance. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah azza wa jal. My dear viewers, in this beautiful silsila of blessings of Ramadan, alhamdulillah, in the last episode, I discussed about the blessings of Eid-Ul-Fitr. And inshallah, in this episode, I will also discuss about the blessings of Eid-Ul-Fitr. My dear viewers, this is a great lesson for us in each and every act of the awliya of Allah. Alhamdulillah, our Ghawsi A'azam, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh, is a great wali of Allah Azza wa Jal, but still he expressed fear and humility on the occasion of Eid for our guidance. Therefore he said, people are saying tomorrow is Eid, and everyone is happy, but the day when I leave this world with my faith will actually be the day of Eid for me. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. Look at his piety. He holds an extremely great status and is the sovereign of all the awliya, rahimahumullah ta'ala. Yet so humble. There is a warning here for us, and we are being taught, beware, don't be heedless regarding your faith. Always remain concerned about its safety, lest you lose your faith due to your heedlessness and sins. Sayyidina Shaykh Najibuddin rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh, Mutawakkil is the brother and caliph of Sayyidina Shaykh Fariduddin Ganj Shakir rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh. His title is Mutawakkil, the one trusting Allah Azza wa Jal. He rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh lived in the city for 70 years and his family led a very comfortable life despite having no apparent means of sustenance. He rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh remained so engrossed in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh didn't even know what day or month was, and he didn't even know what the worth of a coin was. Once many guests came to his house on the day of Eid. Coincidentally, there was no food at his home to serve the guest. He rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh went to upstairs, where he rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh remembered Allah Azza wa Jal and prayed in his heart in this way. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, today is Eid and guests have come to my house. Suddenly a man appeared and presented a tray full of food and said, O Najibuddin rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh, you are famous for your trust, tawakkul even among angels, and you are asking for food. He rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh said, Allah Azza wa Jal knows that I didn't do so for myself, but for my guests. Despite possessing saintly miracle, Sayyidina Najibuddin Mutawakkil rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh was extremely humble. Once a man came to meet him traveling a long distance and asked, are you Najibuddin Mutawakkil? He rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh humbly replied, I'm Najibuddin Mutawakkil, the one eating a lot. May Allah Azza wa Jalla have mercy on him and forgive us without accountability for his sake. Ameen. My dear viewers, did you see how simply and humbly righteous people would celebrate Eid? We have also learned from this parable that Allah Azza wa Jal satisfies the needs of his friends from the ghaib. These are all manifestations of his mercy. The sudden availability of food, drink, and other necessities of life without any apparent means are a type of saintly miracle. This form of saintly miracle has also been mentioned in the book Sharh Aqaid Nasafiyya, which contains a thorough account about different types of saintly miracles. The awliya, rahimahumullah ta'ala, have divinely given powers and saintly miracles. They are so great and pious people that Allah Azza wa Jal fulfills whatever they desire or say. Sayyidina Abdul Rahman bin Amr al-Awza'i, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh, has stated, on the night of Eid-Ul-Fitr, one of my neighbors, who is very poor, came to my home and requested me to give him some money so that he may celebrate Eid happily with his family. Consulting my wife, I asked her, should I give him the only 25 dirhams I have saved to meet the needs of our family on the occasion of Eid? Allah Azza wa Jal will give us more. My pious wife suggested that I help the destitute neighbor. So I gave him the 25 dirhams. Extremely delighted, he went making dua for us. Shortly after his departure, another person came and held my feet and told me crying that he was my father's escaped slave. He further said that he had returned because his conscience pricked him. Offering me the 25 dinars which he had earned, he requested me to accept them. Accepting the dinars, I freed him. I then said to my wife, look, the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal, He has given us dinars in exchange for dirham. In the past, silver coins used to be called dirham, while gold ones used to be called dinars. May Allah Azza wa Jal have mercy on them and forgive us without any accountability for their sake. Ameen. My dear viewers, did you see how merciful and beneficent Allah Azza wa Jal is? Look at how He Azza wa Jal instantly rewarded 25 dinars to the one who gave 25 dirham in his path. Further, we have also learned that awliya, rahimahumullah ta'ala, were extremely self-sacrificing. They would make sacrifice wholeheartedly for other Muslims. They had extreme love for Allah Azza wa Jal and His beloved and blessed Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. They knew that Islam teaches us the message of mutual sympathy and cooperation. The Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam is mercy for the whole world. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam blesses everyone. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam would take special care of the poor, needy and orphans. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam is so great that he is the most respectable after Allah Azza wa Jal, and so humble that he sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam would help even the one everyone had left alone. It is a great favor of Allah Almighty that He has granted us the blessing of Eid-Ul-Fitr after blessed Ramadan. Many virtues of the blissful Eid have been mentioned in blessed ahadith. The beloved Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam has said, when the morning comes on the day of Eid, Allah Almighty sends angels who descend on the earth and stand on the sidewalks and calls out which every creation hears except for humans and jinns. They say, O Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, come towards your merciful Rabb. He will give you a lot and will forgive your major sins. When people have come to the Eidgah, the place where congregational Eid Salah is offered, Allah Almighty says to angels, O my angels, where is the remuneration for the laborer when he completes his work? Angels humbly say, O our Lord, his remuneration is that he should be fully paid. Allah Azza wa Jal says, O my angels, I make you witness that I have made my pleasure and forgiveness a reward for their acts of fasting and worshipping in Ramadan. My dear viewers, we should show deep gratitude towards Allah Almighty for this blessing that has been bestowed upon us. There may be various ways of showing gratitude. For example, we can perform sajda shukr, the sajda for gratitude, use our body parts for virtuous deeds, and spend this blessed day obeying Allah Azza wa Jal instead of spending it heedlessly. We can offer 5 salahs on time, offer the nawafil of gratitude, and can also show gratitude by using our tongue. In other words, we can praise Allah Azza wa Jal. On this occasion, do remember the poor and the needy in your zakah and sadaqat. Help them in any way that is possible. If Allah Azza wa Jal gives you more tawfiq, you can also give a donation to Madani donations of Da'at Islami. Wish a happy Eid to your relatives and friends with the intention of pleasing Muslims. If there is a strained relationship between you and someone, Allah forbid, so taking advantage of the festival of Eid, make contact with them, wish them a happy Eid, and take a step to achieve reconciliation with them to please Allah Almighty. Eid is a religious festival of Muslims. Celebrate it as much as possible. But the joy that makes a person heedless of the remembrance of Allah Almighty, and due to which a person forgets the fard and wajib acts, is not a joy at all. So take great care that you fulfill all fard and wajib acts when celebrating the festival. If Allah Almighty wills, you will get Eid in the form of beholding the beloved Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam in the dreams, insha'Allah azza wa jal. The great day of Eid is a significant event that brings happiness and delight for Muslims from across the globe. But there are also some responsibilities even for the children in connection with the blessed occasion of happiness. A father should pay the Sadaqah Fitr for his children before each Salah if possible. Sayyidina Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma has narrated, the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam has commanded us to pay Sadaqah Fitr on Eid-Ul-Fitr before Eid Salah. If Eid Salah is being performed in a masjid, take such sane Madani children with you for performing Eid Salah, who know the etiquettes of masjid and remain cautious about them. Moreover, also make them give sadaqah, persuading them so that they also become habitual of giving sadaqah in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and their hearts become less interested in wealth and worldly pleasure. Develop this awareness amongst children that whether it is the blessed day of Eid or any other religious event or festival, they should not engross themselves into worldly pleasure. Develop this awareness amongst children that whether it is the blessed day of Eid or any other religious event or festival, they should not engross themselves into worldly pleasure to such an extent that they forget to perform fard and wajib acts, and do not distinguish between halal and haram acts, and spend these blessed days of Eid in heedlessness doing the acts of obedience. While comparing the stuff such as clothes, shoes, wristwatches, etc. with others, children taunt and make fun of them. This is not good practice, so prevent your children from passing bad comments and criticizing other children about their clothes, etc. Gift of cash given to children on Eid days increases the happiness of children, but some children are observed to demand Eid, the gift or cash given to children during Eid from their relatives, causing embarrassment for others. Ethically, this practice is not good at all, because someone may not have money for Eid, and he may have to make an excuse or tell a lie to manage the situation. So make your children understand that if somebody gives them Eid, it is alright, but demanding it from others is not a good practice at all. Some parents take possession of the Eid of their children and comment like this: we also have to give Eid to the children of others. This practice may sow the seed of hatred in your children's hearts. Furthermore, it is not permissible for the parents to use the things without Shari'i permission which are purely owned by the children. On the day of Eid, a large amount of poor quality and harmful junk foods are available, and in particular, the children should be very careful. They should not have these foods in large amounts. So keep your children away from unhygienic and harmful food items, in particular on the day of Eid. For the viewers, gain the privilege of performing i'tikaf every year and attain the blessings of Ramadan. Travel with the Madani Qafila in the company of the devotees of Rasul to multiply the happiness of Eid and avoid different types of sins openly committed on the occasion of Eid these days. An extremely pleasant blessing of a Madani Qafila is presented for your persuasion and motivation. An Islamic brother about 25 years old, living near the main Korangi Road in Bawul Medina, Karachi, gave the following account. I used to work in a garage. Even though repairing vehicles is basically a permissible occupation, it's extremely difficult to avoid sins these days. Those who would have worked in garages would be well aware that the environment of garages is extremely filthy, and earning halal money from mechanics is like getting blood out of a stone nowadays. As a result of the filthy environment and unlawful earning, I did not even offer Jummah and Eid Salah, and spend the whole night watching films and dramas. I would commit every minor and major sin. Fortunately, once I listened to an audio cassette of a Sunnah-inspiring speech, namely Allah Azza wa Jal ki Khufiya Tadbir, released by Maktabatul Madina, which proved to be a turning point in my life. Thereafter, I was blessed with the privilege of performing i'tikaf in Ramadan and traveling with the 3-day Madani Qafila in the company of Rasul's devotees. Due to the blessing of i'tikaf and Madani Qafila, Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal, I have joined the Madani environment of Da'at Islami. I now offer all 5 salah, billions of thanks to Allah Azza wa Jal, who has enabled a sinner like me, who did not used to offer even Jumu'ah and Eid Salah, to call and persuade others to offer Salah. Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal, at the time of giving this statement, I am making my contribution to the Madani working of Da'at Islami, a global and non-political religious movement of the Quran and Sunnah, as the head of the Zaili Mushawarat of a masjid. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, enable us all to celebrate Eid according to the Sunnah, and grant us the Madani Eid of Hajj and seeing the city of Medina, as well as the beloved and blessed Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam again and again. Ameen bijahin Nabil Ameen sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.
Ramadan is a month of fasting and prayer. It brings us closer to Allah and each other. It brings us closer to Allah and each other.